Hey viewers at home, how you doing? Or in the office, wherever you're viewing from or watching from, God bless you. The next question in our question series, for those of you that have seen this is the first video, you can might as well just check up on other questions that have been answered before now. And you have your thoughts, your comments, you can just share them and I share it to somebody who needs it. That will also help. All right, next question is, where did God come from? We have news that the Lord is from our back. Oh God. All right, okay. It's a genuine question, but if I were to ask you, can God create a stone that he cannot carry? What would your answer be? Can God create a stone he cannot carry? Some people would say yes, of course, he can create a stone that he cannot carry. Then they'll be like, no, he cannot create a stone that he cannot carry. If you say no, that means God cannot do all things. If you say yes, that means God cannot do all things. So it's a simple case of the wrong question. Whenever you ask questions like, where does God come from? Who created God and all this? Because who created God and where does God come from are similar questions. And some of you are, so afraid to ask questions like this because you think it's blasphemy. It's not. Any especially if you're a Christian, any religion that doesn't allow you to ask questions is a cult. You should be able to ask questions because this is how people continue to harbor questions in their hearts till they eventually act out paganism and they actually, go back on the faith because there's not enough answers. So now, the reason why this question is wrong is because God, the very concept of coming from somewhere does not capture God. Now, God created eternity. God created existence. You cannot use something that God created to qualify God. So if God is the one who created existence itself, God is superior to every realm known to man, both heaven and earth. God is not, people think God's home is heaven. No. And studying on this thing, if you do it with the right heart, will just help you appreciate God more and, worship him for who he really is. Because there is no definition that I can give you now that this is where God is from. It's from the left side of heaven. It's from the right side of Abba. There's no such thing. God created existence, therefore existence is too small to describe him. God is not like anything. Is the thrice holy God, is not compared to anything. He cannot be compared to anything. God began the beginning. The beginning met God before it began. You get my point. So God is superior to every sense of origin. Yeah, that's what God is. So God and eternity. Some people don't know what eternity is. If I say eternity, I'm not saying Monday, then there's no end. No, I'm saying it started from there's no end to there's no end. There is no starting point as far as eternity is concerned. So where did God come from? God didn't come from nowhere. All things came from God. I hope that answered your question.